If you stand here in the Negev desert during the peak of summer, temperatures frequently hit 50 degrees Celsius. That is over 120 degrees Fahrenheit in the shade. This is a lethal environment. Before air conditioning, the desert historically prohibited normal settlement. You didn't come to raise a family, you came to survive. Yet 40 years of archaeological excavations have peeled back the sand to find a massive, deeply layered history of forts and settlements. The climate acts as a geographic filter. It strips away casual inhabitants, leaving behind the fingerprints of three highly motivated groups: those who had to control it, those who mastered it, and those hiding within it. The first group to leave a mark were the military forces of ancient empires, and they were rarely here by choice. Geopolitics dictated the move. For the kings of Judah, like Solomon, immense wealth flowed from the north down to the port of Eilat. Securing that revenue required a permanent military presence along the route. Because of the jagged mountains bordering the deep desert, caravans couldn't wander freely. The terrain forced the entire regional economy through this specific, unavoidable bottleneck. The stone walls and arches left behind here, dating from the biblical fortress of Tamar to Roman outposts, represent punishing military deployments rather than thriving civilian towns. For an empire, enduring the wasteland was the brutal cost of securing regional wealth. Nomadic tribes like the Midianites and the Edomites took a different path. They adapted to this geography, symbolized by these rugged, reddish rock formations, rather than fighting it. The Nabateans eventually became the ultimate masters of the space. They began as absolute nomads, following laws that strictly forbade them from owning land or building permanent homes. By parlaying their survival skills into an economic monopoly, they became the managers of a massive trade network running from the port of Gaza to their capital at Petra. Their culture evolved over centuries. The Nabateans eventually settled, adopting Roman architecture and later transitioning through Christian and Islamic practices. These groups treated the desert as a specialized ecosystem, one they alone possessed the knowledge to navigate and exploit. The desert also provided a haven for the final group, societal outcasts. Historically, fugitives like the biblical David used the deep wilderness to escape the reach of authority. This isolation persisted into the modern era. In the 20th century, a man named Simcha Perlmutter followed a heavenly vision to this site, establishing an unconventional messianic settlement called Ir Ovot. The isolated kibbutz-style community became a magnet for international volunteers seeking a total escape from normal society. The community's remoteness drew a strange cross-section of people, including a daughter of the famous Von Trapp family, who traveled to this wasteland to join the group. The extreme hostility of the desert offers the ultimate shield for those wishing to disconnect from the rules of the outside world. Looking at these accumulated ruins today, the stone foundations serve as a monument to human motivation. The vast archaeological record reveals a vibrant, highly contested crucible that was hidden deep within the silence of the dunes. These ruins prove that the landscape was never truly abandoned. It was simply reserved for those with a profound enough reason to stay.